Hey there, I'm Paula Pan. How do I save money? Most people give you the cliche answer, stop buying avocado toast. But they're missing the point. Saving tactics usually focus on discretionary spending. If you want to actually move the needle, you have to look at your fixed costs, your rent, your mortgage, your car payment. To change these, you might have to move or sell your car, and that's why people don't do it. If you want small wins, focus on the avocado toast. But if you want meaningful change, focus on the fixed costs. Afford anything. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
With that, Mike Griffith of the AJC and DawgNation.com joins us on the Higginbotham Hotline. Mike, how are you today?
So that Saban letter, that was real? That wasn't AI?
I don't know. I don't know if
was
it was
real?
AI.
I mean, I don't
it's
know.
being reported
real?
as real.
Yeah, it came from the office of the university. Yeah.
It had the letterhead on it and everything.
Yep.
But not that AI can't do that. I don't know anymore, Mike. With this, I saw it from two different places, so I assume that it was real. Are you hearing it's AI?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess my thought is, and listen, I certainly appreciate, coaches that vouch for their players, but I mean, do we want coaches to be able to influence judges? Is that a good thing in the world? I don't know. I mean, you tell me. I guess they influenced Brandon Sorsby. That judge was influenced by somebody, right? With Brandon Sorsby.
Just from personal experience, and this is at a high school level. I have a buddy who's a high school coach. Several years ago, there was a kid, he was a young kid, I think he was 15 years old. He basically went in front of the judge and said, "Look, I'll take responsibility for this kid if you'll let him come play in the program." Kid ended up being great. It worked out for the kid. It was one of those stories. So that is one instance but this is maybe a little bit different.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess, and I don't know. To be clear, I don't know Terrion Arnold. I know Georgia recruited him heavily. I know that he's 23 years old, and I know that sometimes when players are at a university, that's a different time in their life than when they turn pro. I mean, who was the Alabama guy? Wasn't there an Alabama guy that hit somebody going like 150 miles an hour?
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs.
I mean, from all indications, he was a pretty good guy at one point too, right? I mean, not to say that he's not a good guy. I mean, good people do bad things. I mean, I guess, or bad things happen. I don't know. I guess my only question on it is, I suppose it's fine for coaches to write letters for whoever they want, but do we want judges influenced by coaches that like the football player, 4 years ago? Should that matter? And what happened in this transfer? I don't know that. I know that character letters are often written, but I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
How do we get judges where they're not influenced by celebrities and their star power doesn't impress them? Because it seems with certain judges, they do turn a favorable eye to athletes and institutions.
And not just star power, but we're talking about Nick Saban here.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Ryan Silverfield in Arkansas or something like that. I mean, we're talking about one of the biggest and most influential voices in the country. We're talking about someone that I think wields as much authority as anyone I know. I mean, heck, I'm one of those people that I'd vote for Nick Saban for president. I'm not even kidding. I mean, he just like the way Nick makes decisions and the authority. I guess. I mean, I don't know who the victims are, but they got somebody writing letters for them. I mean, I don't know who's going to counter that one. I mean, is Kurt Signetti out there writing any letters? I don't know. I guess what struck me was it's appreciated. I guess I'm a little, if it's true, which when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, right, whatever. Nick Saban's really going to stick his nose in this. Well, maybe he did. Maybe he's written more letters. Maybe this is more common than we know. I don't know.
I will say, Mike, it is my understanding that this is not the first time that Nick Saban has done something like this for a former player.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I'm sure in Tuscaloosa it probably helped out a lot when he was still the head coach. But this is a little different here. These stakes are a little higher, I guess. I mean, who knows? He might have wrote a letter for Ruggs too. I don't know.
Well, and look, and people asked us on the show because we had him on a weekly segment, Mike. Terrion joined the show, and it was sponsored by one of our great advertisers. And from dealing with him, Conrad dealt with him on the phone. We dealt with him here on the show. He was very pleasant to be around, always very respectful. I was always impressed. That was my limited interaction that I had with Terrion Arnold, but you could paint me shocked when I saw the headline. And more than anything, whatever comes out of this, I'm just disappointed that his name's involved with it.
Oh, no, I totally get it. I had the same reaction because, again, I know this is a guy that, Georgia really recruited hard and was very interested in, and all I ever heard were good things. And again, I'm not casting any judgment. I don't, I haven't looked beyond the headlines. I'm not digging into this case, into these allegations. And certainly serious allegations. That's all they are at this point. And I don't have anything to say about the guy's character. The thing I'm questioning, is the role that someone as powerful as Nick Saban plays in a court case. And if it's, I guess anybody can write a letter, right? I guess presidents have pardons. We've seen stranger things happen. I guess I've just never seen Nick Saban, weigh into these, political. I think this is sort of a political issue in the sense of, him getting involved in a court case. I don't know if he knows the alleged victims, but there's another side to this case too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it gives his former player an advantage. I guess, is that the intent, to give him an advantage with a character statement? I'm just discussing just the whole, practice of it. And again, anybody can write a letter at any time. And I'm sure there's a lot of attorneys out there rolling their eyes going, boy, these guys just don't know one way or the other. I guess I was just caught off guard. That's why I said I didn't even know it was real. And nowadays you don't know what's real and what's not. But I questioned the validity of it when I first saw it, because it just seemed like a strange timing thing. And it's such a serious matter.
Well, whether this is just a big misunderstanding or, in fact, he made a terrible mistake, you've got Nick Saban reportedly writing this character statement on behalf of Terrion Arnold, and that's one thing. But also what you get with all of this and Terrion Arnold is you get the Lions yesterday saying you're no longer a part of our football team. We're not gonna stand behind you. So I don't know. Maybe there's something more, and maybe the organization's already on top of it, and it looks like a dark, long road for Terrion Arnold in the legal process.
Yeah, I don't wish that on anybody. So, but anyway, guys, sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. Like I said, I wasn't sure that was valid, but it sounds like it is. And then my next question is just like, wow, I guess I guess maybe not as surprised it was written as surprised as it got public. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's I don't know. The things that you deal with in college sports now and covering college sports, I guess there's a number of things just added to the list of things you didn't expect to talk about this summer. I did want to ask you, though, Mike, while we are talking about Alabama, because something Landrum and I were going to get into a little bit later in the program is kind of talking about some of the, I guess, a 2026 snapshot of what we think some of the better jobs are in college football. And a lot of those, I think, would stay the same. Your Georgias, your LSUs here, Texas A&M, and the SEC. But I wanted to ask you about Alabama. And with NIL being as important as it is in 2026, do you still view Alabama as one of those, elite, let's call it top 10 jobs in college football? Or do you think that maybe the allure of that position has fallen a little bit in this new era that we're in?
Well, I think the reality is it's not going to be as good a job for whoever has to follow Nick Saban. When you're trying to follow a coach like that, an all-time great, there's nowhere to go but down. Let's face it, there's nobody's going to come in there and fill those shoes. I don't think. I can only think of one coach that beat him twice in a national title game who played at Alabama, and he didn't even get a sniff. Which, for here and there, I guess everybody just forgot about Dabo beating Nick Saban in a couple national title games with less talent on the field, but. That'd be the only guy that I could say at the time, that I could have said, maybe could have, continued that Alabama tradition that had those championships under his belt, that understood the program, the way that you need to understand Alabama, to be at your best. Listen, Alabama football is, till the day we die, is going to be magic. It speaks for itself. I don't care what rules you play by. The Alabama Crimson Tide is, it's synonymous with college football greatness. And all you got to do is look in the record books. All you got to do is talk to Alabama fans. All you got to do is talk to former Alabama players. The fact of the matter is, the tradition's amazing. And anybody that's been to Tuscaloosa and Bryant-Denny Stadium, anybody old enough to remember a football game with Paul Bear Bryant on the sideline, there's nothing like that. I don't care, what NIL rules or transfer rules are in place. So that's always going to be a special place. And I put it in the same category, and Alabama fans shudder when I say it, but I put them in the same category with Notre Dame. To me, it's Alabama and Notre Dame are the two programs that are synonymous with college football and tradition, and for different reasons in different areas of the country. But so no, I'm not buying into that. And look, I'm covering a place now, Georgia, where Kirby Smart's built something special, and has been able to sustain greatness that this program's never had. Would you guys believe that Vince Dooley never had a preseason top 5 ranked team? That's one of the stats I looked at. That's amazing.
That's incredible.
Never in the preseason. It is incredible. And preseason doesn't matter in the end, but it does tell you what the perception of your program is. So, what Kirby's done here is unprecedented. And, Georgia's, obviously got it going on throughout their athletic program. I believe Alabama and Georgia were the only two programs in the country. Let me see if I can say this right. They were the only two programs in the country to have a College World Series team, both men's and women's basketball make the NCAA tournament, and have a college football playoff team. Those are the only two programs that did that.
That's pretty impressive.
I'd say so. I'd say Greg Burns doing a pretty good job over there. We criticize him. He said, hey, somebody said I'm doing a good job. It's about time. No, he does a great job, but when the bar's set that high, it's easy to just blame the athletic director. What's Burns doing over there? Guy's doing a great job. He's doing a great job in this difficult environment. So, I get it. Alabama's falling off in football because Nick Saban's not there. Oh, stop the presses. Like, we didn't know that was going to happen. I mean, oh, by the way, nobody in the SEC is winning titles these days. Maybe if, somebody reads the quarterback draw a little differently, Alabama wins the game, and we're not having this conversation. But, hey.
We won 13 national titles, Mike, in the calendar year. The most ever in the SEC. We just won 13 team national titles.
Yeah, but you guys know.
Yeah.
It's all about football. And the SEC's not liking it. We can look at the metrics and the numbers, but at the end of the day, there's nobody in the SEC that's happy about this trend. And the thing of it is, the SEC still collectively as good as ever because you got more draft picks than you've ever had. The depth of the league is better than it's ever been. I mean, I never thought I'd want to go back to the good old days when, you'd see 2 or 3 teams on the bottom of the league getting beat by 50 or 60 points every weekend. But it looks like that's the methodology to win a national title because it keeps your best teams healthy. If you take a look at the combined record, what's the combined record? Maybe you guys saw this stat. The combined record of the Big Ten against Indiana, Ohio State, and was it Michigan over the last 3 years or something?
Was it
2 wins or something?
Yeah, was it 1 and 40 something? What was it?
I mean, yeah, we don't have that in the SEC.
No.
We don't have those, third world college football programs in the SEC. Everybody can beat you on a given Saturday. I mean, really can. I mean, even Mississippi State. Mississippi State has got some jaws to it now. They beat Arizona State last year. They scared the bejesus out of Texas and gave Tennessee trouble. And that's a program to give Jeff Levy credit. He's doing a whale of a job. But put Mississippi State in the Big Ten. Where are they going to finish? Somewhere in the middle? Think they might give Indiana or Ohio State trouble on a given Saturday? I mean, Arkansas played Texas A&M within 3 points last year. And what was A&M, like 10-0 at one point? So it's different. The depth of this league, I mean, it's fantastic during the season. I mean, every Saturday we're holding our breath watching games. But at the end of the year, everybody's all beat up and out of breath. And then you got these guys in the Big Ten ready to sprint to the finish, because they just got done beating Purdue by 5 touchdowns or something. Put the 4th string in.
It's so true. Mike Griffith, you can find his work there at the AJC and also DawgNation.com. Mike, we always appreciate the time. Happy 4th to you and your family. And Tampa and SEC Media Days is going to be here before we know it.
Yeah, can't wait, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks, Mike. We appreciate you. Mike Griffith joining us, as all of our guests do, on the Higginbotham Hotline. You deserve solutions that are built for you. Higginbotham is your one-source solution for insurance, financial, and HR services. We talked about Terrion Arnold, Nick Saban reportedly speaking up for his former player. We'll tell you what Coach Saban had to say about Terrion Arnold. We'll do it next on 3 Man Front.
Square up.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's Andre Berto, two-time world champion. I fought. I loved it. I really wanted to do that sit down from a fighter's perspective. My G. What's going on? Caleb Platts. What's going on, my boy? Now you got a chance to really draw in your audience, to let them see who you are.
I've had to have a lot of internal talks to say, do I even want to carry on?
As fighters, we know what time it is. Like I think the time is now.
Square up.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform. Let's go.
Square up.
Yo, what's going on, man? It's Andre Berto, two-time world champion. Today's guest, NFL legend, media mogul. What's up? Ocho Cinco. What's good, baby? We call them gym fighters. Yeah. These guys are in the gym, they can probably beat the hell out of any world champion you can think of.
Yeah. When that bell rang, and them lights on, you got 10, 15,000 watching. When I stepped in that ring, I think boxing is becoming great again.
Square up.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform. Let's go.